afternoon. This is BelGeode, the Purple Norn, and guess what time it is? It is time once again for ArcheAge closed beta test. This is the third closed beta test that they are having. Hopefully they managed to iron out any miscellaneous details between the first two tests and now, and taken our feedback to heart. We're going to log in and see exactly what the world has in store. We'll catch up with Allyanis, her horse Rabbit, her dog Ranger, and her boat. Alright, let's hop in there, and the sound is going to cut out for a little bit as I pop out chat and make sure that Twitch is doing what it's doing, but it'll be a loading screen, so you can deal with it. Yay, there she is. There's our girl. Looking as stylish as ever. Alright, now, where in the hell did I leave myself? Real question. A little bit of lag here, by the way. Ah, Esna Harbor. Okay, I know where I am now. Alright, let's check the map and see what's going on around town. Doesn't appear to be much. Zoom out a little bit and see the state of warfare. Okay, Halcyona's at war, so I'm definitely not going there to do any quests just yet. Thank you, J. Cello. Yeah, I consider Allyanis kind of like my ideal woman, except she's a little skinnier than I would like. Oh well, nothing's perfect, or nothing's perfect. Oh, wait a minute, Carcass Ridgelands. I don't remember, was this in the last beta? Did they just open this up? The other areas I remember, except for Hell Swamp. Although, I don't know, I could be wrong. Alright, so, looks like we got a lot of battle zones. I'm sure there's going to be some rampant PvP going on. I, on the other hand, I'm going to go for a little boat ride. Why not? Took me long enough to make the boat, might as well do it. And then we'll figure out what else we can do. Why am I running when I've got my glider? It's too late now. Okay, so first things first. This is the boat that I made in the last beta test. Took me all weekend to make this sucker. But there she is. I call her the Shrike. It's a little tiny thing, but definitely seaworthy. Alright. And drop. And missed! Totally. Wow, that's a good start. Very good start right there. Oh yeah, you can turn on the lights. So a little bit about the boat, just so you have an idea of what it is that they give you here. You can fit pretty much as many people as can fit on a boat like this, because, you know, there is physics, so as many people as you can plop on here is fine. You've got, of course, your wheel right there, which by default the captain can use, but you can have your friends use it as well too. Now, another important thing to note, if you are in enemy territory, the enemy can steal your boat. They can't keep it, meaning you can always despawn it whenever you want, but they can kind of hijack your boat and take it away. So we've also got a harpoon gun. This, I hear, is a lot of fun. I've seen people like harpoon mountains and pull their boats out of the water and up the side of the mountain. Not quite sure what that does for them, but hey, whatever. The sails, you can furl them and unfurl them. There you go. Right now the sails are furled. And now the sails are back up. Now we're ready to roll. These things here, these are like scuba tanks, I guess is the best way to describe them, because normally when you're in the water you can only hold your breath for so long before you start drowning. This will give you like 10 minutes of air supply in case you're one of those underwater salvage type people. You've got two, one on either side, so if you've got like a group with you, you can all go salvaging for treasure and stuff like that, which I think is really cool. And then there is a secondary harpoon. It's like a portable harpoon cannon. I haven't used that yet, so I really don't know what's the deal with that. But yeah, so that is the Shrike. And let's take her out for a spin. Alright, we are in Esna now. I think I can sail to Crescent... Is it Crescent Towers? I don't remember. Okay, we are here, so we'll have to go around there to Souls Reed Peninsula. Crescent Throne, that's the name of it. Okay, so let's go here. I'm going to mark it on the map here. Bam. That's where we want to go. Anchors away. And yes, your boat can be destroyed by members of the opposing faction, so you have to be really careful when you're going through seas that are deemed a war zone. It can also be destroyed by critters, so yeah, watch out for sharks, watch out for jellyfish, sea bugs, and of course the infamous kraken, which I don't even know where the heck they planted that thing, but hopefully it's nowhere remotely close to where I am right now. If your boat is destroyed, you will have to get it repaired. There is something that I believe can be crafted that'll allow you to get it repaired, or you might be able to buy it on the auction house if other people have crafted it. Don't know how much it costs, and I'm hoping I never have to use it. Oh, look at that. Something ship. Nice. Yes, we're passing an aqua farm. Aqua farms are going to be really popular as a way to make some money. Basically, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a water-based farm. And I guess things that you harvest from that, you can sell to like NPC traders or to other players and stuff like that. Seems like a good idea in concept. I have yet to play around with that stuff, though. Aside from which, I think you have to be a subscribed member, which is like $15 a month, and I'm not paying that. I haven't even bought the game yet, I just happen to get beta keys. Alright, so we go around the peninsula. Check the map here real quick. Oh hell, got a ways to go. Gotta go all the way around there, past the war zone. This could get interesting. Luckily, beta just started, so hopefully there's not too many players out here. We'll find out momentarily, though. If you see me going, oh shit, we're in trouble. Now, if you do happen to get set upon by players, you can actually just despawn your ship so that way you don't take damage to it. I do also have the rowboat that I can use in emergencies. And here comes the sea bugs. I don't know if I can avoid these guys. They're all over the freaking place though. You coming? Oh, you're not coming. You see nothing. Alright, I think I avoided them. Hate those things. They're just annoying little pests. They jump up on your boat and try to attack you while you're steering. Probably should have taken Ranger, the dog, out, put him on the front of the boat so he'll be like the watchdog. Actually, you know what? Wait, I can do that. I'm gonna do that. Hold on. Whoa there, Nelly. Whoa there. Alright. I don't know why, but for some strange reason, every time I put my Wolfhound on the hotbar, he gets taken off. It's like every time I log back in, he's gone. Okay, Ranger, you stay there. Alright, I think we're good. And I have Ranger in aggressive mode, so anything jumps on the ship, he'll bite the shit out of him. At least that's my plan. Not, he gets no kibbles tonight. What's all this stormy weather here? I'm sure I like that. Oh, that doesn't look very good. What's all the bubbles? What the hell is going on underwater here? Hold on a second. Yeah, that doesn't look pleasant at all. Alright, there's the end of the peninsula, so far so good. I'm going to steer a little bit closer to shore just in case I got to make a hasty retreat. Alright there, puppy. Oh, look at the puppy. Look at the puppy. So happy to be back on board. Gotta love the puppy. Let's go in cinematic mode here for a second, because I know that I have to go around the peninsula, so I'm pretty sure I can eyeball it. Nothing coming from the other continent. Okay, we're good. We're good. Oh yeah, these little towers are the airship towers. They run regular routes between various points around the continent. It's a nice little ride, but I don't feel like waiting 20, 30 minutes or however long it takes before the airship decides to show up. Alright, let's see if we can cut through these straits here. Just past the lighthouse. There's another player with a boat. Wonder if they're friend or foe. Let's see, can't really tell. Well, we're just gonna keep sailing. If they were foe, when you mouse over them, you'll see like crossed swords. But I did not see that, and they don't appear to be following me, so we're good. So last beta I was in this area, even though it does become in conflict, like it can be attacked by the enemy, there's still like a whole bunch of quests here, PvE type quests that can be done. So the best bet if you're not really into PvP is wait for it to say that it's in a state of peace, or even if it's just in a state of conflict but not outright war, and then that way you can go in, you can do your quests and whatnot. It's worth the risk, I would think, because of course you get better rewards, you get a hell of a lot higher XP, and on some of these quests you even get Gilda stars, which is a currency that'll come in handy for several things, including like buying houses and furniture and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I needed Gilda stars to buy the blueprints for this boat, so they do come in handy. Now the way that the game is set up is between level 1 and level 30, you have racial story quests that you're going to go through. It's like one progressive story. It's a theme park type thing. And by the time you reach level 30, you should have enough Gilda stars to at least be able to get a boat. And yeah, this is definitely a Korean-made game. You can tell that just from the features and whatnot. And of course, the jiggly boobs. That's like a trademark Korean thing. Oh, got sharks. Ranger. Damn it. There he goes. Is he attacking it? Oh, no, Ranger disappeared. Okay. Took one for the team. Good old Ranger. The battle has ended. I wonder if he won. Guess we'll never know. Poor Ranger, lost at sea. Okay, nothing coming up behind me. Let's see, can I pull him out while I'm driving? No! Alright. Let's see if Ranger lived. What the hell are you doing back there? Silly dog. Alright, let's go. I think I'm going to put him in defensive mode this time. That way he won't jump off the ship. Alright, there's that castle that I went to the last time. That's like filled with undead and various other things trying to kill you. Alright, let's check the map real quick here. There's supposed to be a thing that you can get called a sextant, which is just like, you know, the old Navy type sextants or whatever. Wait a minute, I need to be going to the right. Ooh. Let's do this then. What is that? Ha! There we go, that's what I was looking for. So we're almost to our destination. I think I see the docks up ahead. I should also check to see what quests I have yet to accomplish. I'll do that when we hit landfall, though. Alright, so here we are. This is Crescent Throne. And there's some kind of building going on. I don't recall seeing that before. Oh, wait. I know what that is. There's a guy over there building a boat. At least I think he's building a boat. Why is it on fire? I thought he's trying to destroy his docks or something. I don't know. Alright, let's see. How good of a parking job can I do here? A little bit further. A little bit further. Alright, that's good enough. That works. Yeah, we're going for a little swim, why not? Preferably not underneath the dock. There we go. Where the hell's Ranger? Ranger, where are you? Fine, de-res the boat, he'll show up. So yeah, that's how you de-res the boat. That'll prevent any enemy players and stuff from attacking and destroying it. The hell is that damn dog? There you are! What the hell were you doing? Silly dog. Alright, so these guys here apparently are pretty important. Gold trader, resource trader, Gilda star trader. There are trade routes that you can do in this game, whether you're a crafter or, you know, just helping out a bunch of merchants or whatever. Like, you craft something from one part of the continent or maybe from a completely different continent, and your job is to take it to people like this that are placed in some of the various cities and turn it in for either gold, resources, or Gilda stars, which I told you earlier, Gilda stars are pretty useful. that in and of itself is like a mini game, because just getting to your destination without being ganked by players or killed by mobs is a real trick. Alright, I'm thinking I want to go to Mirage Island because I wanted to check out some of the ground vehicles that they had. Now that I've got a boat, and now that I've got a pretty decent glider, relatively decent, I want to see what kind of land vehicles you can get in this.
떠돌이가 점점 많아지는군.
And they still have not changed the Korean voiceover on these guards. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I do have Rabbit. I could probably ride Rabbit, but Ranger could use the level ups. Pets get level ups while they're out. So while Ranger is out, if I explore new zones, he gets XP. If I use him to kill stuff, he also gets XP. Which is pretty neat. Same thing with the horse too, even though the horse doesn't really get that many extra skills. Let's see, if I were a portal to Mirage Island, where would I be? Alright, this guy has a quest. This is an honor point collector. He'll give you various quests around the world that you trade in for honor points. Sometimes they're like PvP. Others are just like kill X number of enemies. I'm going to accept it and see what he has. As far as Star Citizen goes, yes, I would like to join a Star Citizen organization. I haven't decided yet which one I'm going with. I've been courting a few. But again, I haven't made any decision yet. As it stands right now, I still need to purchase a game pack along with the ship that I'd like to use before I can even get into the alpha, although I already have an invite to it. Alright, what did this guy say to do? I don't know. Did I accept it? I do think I do. Honor. Defender of the Moor, Part 4. Okay, why isn't it showing up on my quest thingy? Oh, probably already have it. Oh well, never mind. But yeah, I would love to join an organization. I don't really want to go solo in a game like Star Citizen. Something like this, that might be a different story. But Star Citizen, yeah, I'd rather be with a good group of people. Alright, see a teleportation thingy here. There is an airship station. Maybe we'll luck out and catch the airship going to Marianople. What's this? Oh, it's a torch. Let's turn it on. Nothing like wasting non-electricity. Good boy. What is this? Bowles Reed Airship Signpost. Vineyard Forest. Okay. So that tells me which way that one's going. Ooh, that actually sounds pretty good. I'm thinking about getting the Freelancer. I may also spend some money on a fighter of sorts, but we'll see. Oh, there's the damn thing I'm looking for. That's the Mirage Isle portal. Oh, hell. Go down there and find it. I'd love to have a constellation as well, but I think that might be out of my budget. I'm real curious to see how this is going to work with the NPCs, because I know they said if you have a spaceship that requires a crew of 4, you could either have your player friends help you crew the ship, or you could hire on some NPCs. I don't know if they mean like, you know, your alt characters, or if there's just going to be a bunch of random people sitting around looking for work or something. Be real curious to see how they do that. Alright, I know I saw that portal around here somewhere. I don't remember where it was, do you? Yeah, it might be.
떠돌이가 점점 많아지는군.
I can't understand you guards.
떠돌이가 점점 많아지는군.
I don't speak Korean. Aha. I found it.
떠돌이가 점점 많아지는군.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, well, here it is, and I lost my dog again. Okay, so Mirage Island. This is, I guess, think of it as a safe haven for both continents, or I guess all three continents technically, since you can have like a pirate faction, which is like a neutral faction that's enemies with the other two continents. But yeah, Mirage Island is where you go when you want to buy things like houses and whatnot. Bless you. Oh, really? Is that how it's going to work? Oh, okay. Huh. Did they say anything about having your alts as the crew? Because I thought they said that was an option as well. Alright, I'm trying to remember where the hell the vehicles are. What guy? This guy? Oh, that's Jay Cello. Yes. Amelia says hello. Nice dresses. Okay, let me see here. Really? Put this pond here. Okay, I want to say it's down this way, so let's glide over there. And preferably not smack into that. Thank you. Yeah, that does look like a car. Yeah, I think I see him down below. Alright. Let's do a little bit of a turn around and land here. I want to circle a little bit more and lose some altitude, because if I try to land from here, I'm going to take a lot of fall damage. And I found out the hard way that gliders only last so long before they automatically fold up. Apparently this one has like a 3-minute timer on it. 3 or 2 minutes. There we go. Yeah, hello to you too. Okay, so we got cars, we got mortars, and farm wagons. Well, see how much each costs. 50 Gilda stars to make this sucker, or to at least get the blueprints for it. And what about the rest? 800 Gilda stars. Are they kidding me? Hell, practically need to take out a mortgage. I think that's more than most houses. Wow. Do I even want to know how much this costs? 300. Seriously? So the most expensive thing is the race car? Wow. Did not expect to see that. Well, farm wagon might be nice if I ever decided to help out the crafters and get their goods from one part of the world to another. Just for comparison's sake, how much does one of these little cheapy houses cost? 150. Okay. Okay. But still. What about the big ones? How much is the big one? 500. So, wait. The race car is more expensive than the largest houses in the game? Really? Hold on. Something's not right. There's got to be something that's more expensive than this. Castle, maybe. Yep. You can buy this castle. That I don't know. I'm not sure if you can add on to it. Springstone Mansion. 1,000. Okay, yay, we finally found something that's more expensive than the race car. Wow, that's just nuts, though. We can take a tour of it, however. What do you think, Allie? Are we taking a tour of the castle? She does not want to take a tour of the castle. Get in? Guess you can. Holy crap, look at the inside of this. Oh, you can go first person, by the way. Alright, well, let's take a little walk around here, shall we? Bookshelf. Does it actually store stuff? Oh, that's just selling you the bookshelf. Fancy fireplace. I suppose that comes standard. Can't have a mansion without a fireplace. What kind of mansion would that be? Never trust statues. I'm looking, but I'm not seeing a bedroom in here. Yeah, there's a lot of wide open space, but there's no real living space. There's something behind this, maybe? Oh, it looks like a window. Wow. I don't know, Amelia. I really don't know if you can add to it. I know that the other houses that we were looking at were pretty much as is. What you see is what you get. But from the looks of it, it doesn't look like you can really add on to this. So I don't know if I would even consider this a mansion per se. It's a very nice atrium type area, but that's about it. There's no real living space. And by the way, I agree with you about the dude with the board shorts and the flip-flops. Like, what the hell is that all about? Oh. Alright, let me take a look at this house, because this actually looks like it might have some living space in it. How much is it? 500. Wow. Yeah, I won't be getting that this beta. Actually, I won't be getting any of this beta. Hey, look at that. Bearskin rug. Just what I always wanted. These are more than just aesthetic. These are actually functional from what I hear. Each house can have like a certain number of storage chests in there, and it will store your extra inventory items, so you don't have to keep it in like the bank slot or whatever. Windows can open. F. Look at that. And it actually shows you the world outside. It's not instanced or anything like that. What you see is what you get. So if you put your house next to a ghetto and you open up the windows, be prepared for some hip-hop music. There's some vases or vases, depending on how you prefer. Alright, now this looks more like living areas to me. That does look like an elephant. I've not run across any of these things. I don't know what continent that's from. No beds. No beds. Although I could see this being a bedding type area. Oh, I would. And then you got a balcony, which yes, you can put furniture out here. This is always cool. I love balconies. Whee! I thought I saw a model that had like a really huge, I want to say a king-size bed or something like that. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Knock knock. Avon calling. Grand piano. Can't play the piano, but you can sit at it and look pretty. I think it was a fireplace. Bar for the alcoholics and all of us. And look, you've got statues of gargoyles and a basilosaur. Really? Or a basilor? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Whatever. A Bulbasaur. Pretty sure it's not a Bulbasaur. Alright, one of you guys has to have beds. I will not rest until I find it. Literally. These are kind of cool. These are like your personal crafting stations, especially if you're an armor smith. You can make your cloth armor, plate armor, leather. So light, heavy, medium. You can keep that in your house if you're a crafter type. I imagine it costs a lot of money though. No, not really. 10 gold. Wow. Well, that would be awesome if I had a house. Ah, here we go. Here we go. This is what I've been looking for. Ah, finally.
What the heck? Not even laying on the bones.
Wow. Okay, so apparently a little bit of work is needed to make it look natural, but she kind of looks comfortable. Kind of. Okay. And how much is this little slice of paradise anyway? Hardwood bed design, 10 gold. Oh, wow. Again, if only I had a house. I should, but that requires subscribing to the game, which I haven't even bought the game yet. Alright, so we checked out the cars, and we found out that they're hideously expensive, or at least the one I was looking for. Let's see, what else is there to check out in this area? Well, here's a gazebo in case you ever want to get married in game or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, we can look at the boats. Provided I can land without falling in water. Okay, this is where I actually bought the sailboat that I was sailing in earlier. 50 Guild Stars is what it cost. And because I went through the entire racial storyline, which ends at level 30, bear in mind the level cap is 50, I had enough Guild Stars to be able to purchase that. Alright, so there's that. There's the Galleon, which of course is the largest ship in the game, and that's this bad boy back here. It's a scale model of it. It is, but also a lot of players have been using it for piracy. You figure you've got cannons on the side, or at least it's supposed to. The model here doesn't have the cannons. Right. But normally you've got like 4 cannons per side. You've got like a war drum that somebody can beat for some reason. I don't know, maybe it gives you a buff or something like that. And you've got a crow's nest that you can put somebody up there and they can tell you if there's any enemy ships nearby and whatnot. It's pretty cool. I've seen it on Twitch. Yeah, this is the merchant ship design, so all the hardcore crafters that have to transport stuff from one continent to another, they'll be using stuff like this, or maybe they'll hire people who have boats like this to take them from one continent to another. Definitely dangerous work. And then this little beauty here is an actual fishing boat, so if you're a hardcore fisher person, you can actually use this boat, and everything you catch you can store in these water tanks in the center of the boat here. Take it back to land, talk to one of those NPCs at the docks, and they'll actually pay you for the fish. This particular one is 250 Guild Stars. Yeah, that would take a while. And then, they have these curious little items over here. Oh, I can land. Took me a while just to get my air legs again, but yeah. These are submarines. That's exactly correct. 250 Guild Stars for this little slice of paradise here, but yeah, this is a submarine, and from my understanding, they nerfed the hell out of this thing. It's pretty much no good these days. And why the hell does that person have a picture of a person on the back of their cape? Second thought, I don't even want to know. The person had a mullet. Yeah, special ed. Okay, so... oh yeah, you can get cows too. And I've seen people actually riding cows as mounts. I have no idea how in the hell they did that, but hey, more power to them. More power to them. Alright, so that's pretty much Mirage Island, or at least half of it. The other half of the island features stuff from the eastern continent. I'm on the western continent. The eastern continent is more, I guess you would say, Asian themed. We'll pop over there in a second and just take a quick look around. You'll see what the differences are. Let's get for Allyanis speed going here. Oh yeah, they do have fishing contests going on. I always seem to miss them, and it's probably a good idea because I don't have a fishing pole. I've got to craft a new one. I might do that this beta. We'll see how things go. But yeah, here is the eastern side. So everything here is themed after the continent on that side of the map, which technically is considered our enemy. However, the curious thing about it is, even if you are a Western player, but you just happen to fancy the Eastern style architecture, you can buy an Eastern style house and place it on a Western continent, and vice versa. Which I think is pretty cool. It gives you that openness, makes you, you know, have options. But yeah, as you can imagine, they all look like they're, you know, ancient Chinese or Japanese styling. I don't remember what... No, I actually slammed into the tree, which caused my glider to close. Well, that might be my doing too, because I don't think I have the shadows set to full, because shadows will slow down everything. And I'm watching the live stream like a hawk to make sure that it's streaming at the proper bitrate. So yeah, I can live without the shadows being perfect. So there you go, there's all the Eastern style furniture. The hell? What's all this? Oh, bookshelves. It's like an office I once worked in. And they have aquariums, look at that. Well, I guess we found him. Where Jory is. Or Dory. I don't remember what the name is. So there's a bed. Yeah, this actually does look a little bit better, I guess.
They must have physics.
Well, it's not easy to code in stuff like this, too. I mean, as a programmer, that's like a nightmare, is trying to get collision right and all of that good stuff. So I'm not surprised that it doesn't look authentic, but, you know, it looks close enough. It gets the point across. You're laying down. Let's see what their boats look like. I'm pretty sure they look very similar to the east side. Or the west side, I mean. I think I can make it. There we go. Okay, so the smaller boat is pretty much the same except for one major detail. You'll notice on my boat, I've got two harpoon cannons. This one actually has a regular cannon and a harpoon cannon. There's a slight difference. I guess this is more your light piracy type of vessel. And of course, if you want heavy piracy, you've got this, which basically looks like a junk Chinese type boat, or Chinese galleon, I guess. And that's their fishing boat, which looks identical to our fishing boat. They do not have a merchant vessel from what I can see, so I imagine that people from the other continent would just purchase a merchant vessel from the other side of this island. So yeah, cool beans. See if I can make it past these trees. Nope, it's not gonna happen. Can't even dodge them. Oh, this is good. Oh yeah, you can raise animals. There are a lot of players that are going to do like animal husbandry, so they'll just have farms with chickens and sheep and cows and stuff like that. And all the resources go back to the economy. So if you're making chickens and you butcher your chickens, you've got chicken meat, which then a chef type person can make into foods that we can use to restore our health and so on and so forth. They've gone through great pains to make sure that the economy works. And here's the gliders. Throughout the course of the game, you will have a quest that'll give you this glider, and then you can come here and get the upgrades you need to upgrade it to like the next models up And as you upgrade it, it gets a little bit faster, a little bit more maneuverable, and there's extra tricks that you can use. And there's these guys, the top end gliders. These are the ones that I really like. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do with this. It's 150 Gilda stars for this. What is the cheapest one here? It's also 150. Yeah, they probably are. Yep, looks like they're all 150. Yep. Yeah, they have all kinds of different tips and tricks or whatever that these things can do. You can tell it's still a work in progress because they still have some open booths here that they have not yet populated. Which, don't get me wrong, that's cool. You know, it gives room for the game to grow. Yep. Didn't think I was going to make it up those stairs there. Hell yeah, sometimes I'm lazy. What can I say? So there we are. There's Mirage Island and the clones all telling me hello. And of course everybody's favorite dude, flip-flop guy. How's it hanging, bro? The best thing about Mirage Island is when you're ready to leave, it puts you right back where you came from.
The comments.
No matter where that is. Okay, so we're going to end up pretty much where we started from. And then when we get there, I'm thinking it will be time to see what quests I have. I don't remember how far I got. I want to say I went as south as Halcyona, which was in a state of war up until recently. See how long that lasts, though. Okay, so it spits you right back out where you jumped in from. So if I would have jumped in from a different location and went to that same exact portal in Mirage Island, it would have stuck me wherever I came from. Alright, where was the airship thing? Because I really wanted to ride that again. Ah, there it is. I don't know, I wasn't thinking straight. I was just so excited to be back here in Crescent Throne that I had to just run. Oh. I don't want to get squished. No, it won't. If you fall off the elevator, it'll kill you. Whee! No, you don't die when you stand under the elevator in Star Wars. It just pops you into the elevator or onto the elevator. Oh, I don't know how you died. Oh wait, is this sunrise or sunset? I can't tell. Which way am I facing here? Yeah, this might be sunset. Well, I don't know how long the day and night cycle is too, and we were in Mirage Island, which has a completely separate day and night cycle. Actually, I don't think it has a night cycle at all. Aha! Here comes an airship. Oh, I don't know where it's going, but we're about to find out. I'm always getting stuck on the walls. It doesn't matter what game it is, I'm always getting stuck on the wall. All aboard! Okay, it's going to Guianid Forest, which is where these elf dudes and their elk come from. That guy right there is doing a trading run. This is what I was saying earlier. So most likely he's going to end up going to the docks or wherever this town has those NPC vendors, the resource guys and whatever. And he's going to turn that in either for money or other resources or Gilda stars. That's pretty much one of the ways that you can make money in this game. It's just going around different places and trading stuff. Okay, this is the Gweniot Souls Reed ship. Okay, so this will take you from one starting area to another starting area. Souls Reed, which is the peninsula that I'm on right now. Souls Reed is the starting area for the human, Nuyen, as they call them, race. And where we're ending up is going to be here, Gweniot Forest, which is the starting area for the elf race. Why the elves don't get a special name like Nuyen, I have no idea, but yeah. This person's also using a travel pack, and in order to run faster, they are using their sprint thing. Because normally whenever you put on a travel pack, it weighs you down, so you literally cannot move very fast at all. Alright, I think we found a good spot to sit here. Slash sit. There we go. And let's do a little cinematic thing with Bob here. There's Kodak moments galore. I'm taking pictures right now, actually. Now, one of the things that I do like about this, that kind of reminds me a little bit of Star Wars Galaxies, is the fact that players can put down houses almost anywhere. If you look right down below me, that's not an NPC city. That's a community of players that's cropping up. So people have their farms around. You can see some partially built houses there. That's all stuff that people bought on Mirage Island and then came back here and set it up. Wherever there's a housing zone, you'll also find a portal to Mirage Island, as well as like public crafting stations and stuff that people can use. That is an excellent way to build community, and they did this literally all over the map. So there's very few places that you actually cannot put a house. I thought that was really neat. So we'll probably fly over a lot of communities on the way to Elf Country. I don't know. It's a graphical glitch. You want to poke the tree. How in the hell do you propose to poke the tree while we're on the airship? Okay, well you can poke the monitor if you'd like, that'll help. I don't think it's going to work just between you and I. See, now I recognize this area as part of the first few starting quests. There was a quest that I had to do where I had to kill a giant rabbit somewhere on this dude's farm. Absolutely hilarious. A gigantic rabbit. A killer rabbit. Yep. He paid me money. Yep. Yeah, there was a post that I saw on the ArcheAge forums a few nights back where apparently last beta there was this one person that was just using their glider and flying all around documenting all the communities that have sprung up in the area. It's real interesting to see how people play stuff. I don't know if any of these people down here are together in guilds or if they're just like random people that figured, hey, this is a good spot to place a house. But it's interesting to note how most people will actually start organizing their stuff. Obviously, there's some exceptions to the rule and whatnot, but by and large, people usually just start placing them in neighborhood blocks. And it looks like we're getting out of the res distance there, the draw distance.
That one person who just parks right there.
Yep, yep, I'm that way too. I'm the one guy that has the house catty corner, blocking the middle of an obvious thoroughfare where people are trying to get through. Yeah, that would be me. That would be me. Alright, that's a non-player city. But even the non-player cities, if you wanted to, you could put houses on the outskirts and stuff, so it looks like the community itself is growing bigger. There are no mayors that I know of. I mean, the real community builder would be like if an entire guild has all their houses in one area. I guess the guild leader by default would be considered the mayor, but they don't have any mechanics in the game where any one person can declare themselves the leader of a community or whatever. Or voted, yeah. They don't have that either.
It's one spot.
That would be an interesting idea. I don't know if they have the infrastructure to do that. And what is that thing doing floating over a tree? It's like a portal. That's interesting. Okay, so we are over the big, huge, giant mountain. I don't know the name of it. And heading to what appears to be another non-player town. Hold on. Let me take it off a cinematic mode for a second here and check the map. Okay. Tibbuk Sawmill. And what is this? Nope, not yet. Oh, okay, I know where I am then. Yeah, there's a little town. Now, if I wanted to, I could use my glider and fly off the edge of this, but you gotta be careful. We could hit any of those spinning blades. It's a long way down to death. I have experience with this. It was not pleasant. I figured I was being smart. Instead of waiting for the ship to get where I wanted it to go, I would just take my glider, which is slightly faster than the ship. So I jumped off the front, and the ship was going a little bit too fast, and I hit those little spinning sail propeller thingies, whatever these things are. Oh, there's another community. This is actually one of the elf-style houses, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I don't recall seeing that when we did our little tour just recently, so I'm assuming it's not new yet. It's probably elf-based. I'm sure if we looked hard enough we could have found it. Okay, so now we're starting to enter elf country. Those of you who follow my streams and have been seeing me play Guild Wars 2, this ought to give you some flashbacks here. The freaking vines all over the place. It's what we have to deal with right now. But I mean, it's your typical standard fare. You know, they're elves, so they live in the forest. They're one with nature. The vines are considered a part of nature, and so on and so forth. It's not Mordremoth. It's not trying to kill you. And I think we're going to head to their main city. And there's another floating portal. What the hell is up with that? Wow. Okay, well, clearly there's a couple of glitches this time around. But you know what? I'm not even going to rag on Tryon for it this time, because at least they got the servers up, not only on time, but 7 minutes early. I can't complain about that. And they've stayed up. That's the best part. Alright, so we should be closing in on the central area where the elves live. I haven't really explored a lot of this territory, but I think what I might do during the course of the beta this time is go through some of the quests that they have there. A lot of them are going to be really, really, really low level, but if I can get some rewards out of it, like healing potions and stuff like that, I'll take it. Or anything else that I could sell, I'll take that too. What did you thought of?
Those portals that we keep seeing.
It shouldn't be materializing in midair. It should be materializing on the ground. Unless you're saying they called it in but it hasn't spawned, or it despawned and it hasn't cleared away from the world. That's a possibility as well. Well, that's the beauty of it. It's a new game. There are going to be glitches. There are definitely going to be glitches. Nope. Beta is beta. think once we come around here, there it is. That's like their centralized area. So there should be another airship tower coming up where our last destination is. I say final destination, but obviously it's not really our final destination. Still a hell of a lot more to do. But I'm thinking on the way back, we'll work our way back to where we started from, and I'll just do like a bunch of quests along the way, just so we have an idea of what the elfin race gets to go through. Since I already did the last 2 betas going through all the human quests, and I don't want to do all the quests because, you know, assuming I'm going to end up purchasing this game, I kind of want some stuff to still be fresh and new. Alright, here we are. This is our destination. There's still pizza? Oh hell, I'm definitely gonna have to take a bio break. There's another guy with a trade pack. Probably AFK and doesn't realize that the airship is there. I like their elevators. Certainly looks a little bit more aesthetic than the human elevator. Whee! Going down. Alright, so here we are in Elf Country. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little bit of a bio break. Probably about a couple of minutes or so. And then I'll be back and we'll start some questing. We'll see how the other half lives. So, stay tuned. I will be right back.